Hey Matt, happy Sunday. Thank you for sharing your latest piano endeavor with Chopin. I think that's awesome. Um, One of the things I always kick myself is that I never learned and really learned from my father how to play guitar. I mean, my father being a master guitarist. He did try. When I was a kid, I took drum lessons and broke those and started piano lessons and was not really into it. And then he started teaching me guitar, but it just didn't resonate with me. And so he said it was really important that I had to do something artistic. So that's when I started drawing at around, I don't know, 8 or 9. I still have my first drawing downstairs in the basement. But, that's what kind of led me more to a life of that type of art versus music. But I always wished I would have learned, I still can, but to have learned it from him when I was young and maybe been able to jam, that's just a cool thought. Um, anyway, it's been a really nice weekend. I baked some bread. Um, I did another gluten-free buckwheat loaf, so it's 100% buckwheat flour. But I did a whole new technique where I made it a really hydrated leavening agent with yeast and let that sit for multiple hours, and then mix the dough and let that sit for multiple hours. So it's really good. I'm actually going to bring some into the shop this week for you guys to try. Not much to report here. Just doing some stuff around the house. And I think you're right. Working to stay creative is super important. So for me, things like cooking help my creative brain and my creative kind of side to take over, especially when it's doing something new. I love the feeling of making bread. I love kneading the dough, and there's just things that really speak to me, much in the same that sculpting does. Um, Also, as I called you, I talked to you last night on the phone. There's a really cool personal project that I've been trying to get off the ground for about 7 or 8 years, and finally, over the course of about 9 to 10 months, cultivating a relationship with a guy actually out of Dubai. We finally got all the details worked out to get this kind of creative project going. It's pretty small, but it's really cool. It's really a great feeling to kind of see the seeds that were planted 7 or 8 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, um, turning into something now, manifesting into something. And I think, that in and of itself, I mean, what is creativity, right? We talk so much about creativity, and I want to get more into, I think on Tuesday, I'm going to talk about values and aging and conservative mindset versus liberal mindset. And I don't mean politically either, but just as you talked about in your last video about, aging and conservatism. I don't think either of those words are words, but you get what I'm saying. Um, it's made me think a lot, and so I want to go into those and answer those videos specifically. But all of the things that we've been talking about have really made me think just a lot about creativity in general, right? And what creativity is. I mean, it is manifesting something from kind of the ether, right? Like going within and pulling something out that isn't there, and then creating something tangible. I think that's a really powerful thing to be able to do, and we all have the ability to do it, whether we're artists or not. But when we're involved in the arts, we're aware of that. We become aware of that power to manifest, to make the choice to manifest something into reality. And I think that creativity is what makes the human spirit so amazing, is that unlike any other animal, we can create and manifest anything that we desire. Um, Rarely alone, In fact, I don't really ever think it's done alone. I think it's always done with the help of others. And then from that, recognizing that the human condition is a communal condition, and creativity is about, building and creating and kind of uplifting others, but also being able to share this positive energy. And I think that's where you get the most creative projects. So, or creative results yeah, out of the effort. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Just a little bit of a rant on creativity, but I did want to thank you for, being brave enough to share your, um, you going on this journey of playing piano, and it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And I think it's a great thing to see. And I think it's a really great thing to show as a creative leader, that you're always willing to try new things and do things that are outside your comfort zone. And I think that's really important for us to continue to do, is challenge ourselves to go beyond what we're comfortable with, because that's where we will really tap into some deeper senses and deeper realms of creativity. So we'll keep talking about that. Anyway, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.